today's advice, in the words of the songwriter, are just give me some tenderness beneath your honesty. I'm Jeff Jower.
And for Planet Pulse on this Tuesday, August 5th, I'm Rick Levine, and honesty is at the top of the pile today with the moon in Sagittarius. Linda Goodman once said of Sagittarius energy, it's the person who says, "My, your pug nose looks nice today. Whoops, did I just do something wrong?" It's the honesty that's so honesty, it's unconscious as to whether or not it's meeting social niceties.
That's right, because the moon in Sagittarius brings out the openness of this fire sign, which isn't mean, it just tends to say what comes. However, there are a couple of delicate issues planetary-wise today, which requires, I think, some tenderness beneath that honesty.
Well, I imagine that one of the delicate issues that requires tenderness is Venus's morning aspect with Neptune. Venus and Neptune are both sweet or can be, and loving, and yet the aspect is kind of a disjointed energy, and so there's this feeling of not being able to find that sweet spot real easily.
Yeah, and I think also being hypersensitive, and that comes up in
right.
another way, because Venus has to do with validation, and when it's hooked up in an awkward angle with like super tender Neptune, it's like we can be rather thin-skinned. And sociable Venus today forms a square or right angle with the connective nodes of the moon, which is, I think, also somewhat socially isolated.
Right, but to counter that social isolation, the moon in Sagittarius is forming a trine with Sagittarius's own key or ruling sign, a ruling planet, Jupiter. And so there's this, again, kind of like almost an unconsciousness in wanting to be honest.
But then, and that's a little after 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the East Coast time, and then 4 hours later, that Sagittarius moon forms a square with squishy Neptune. So it's like laughing, crying, or recognizing that big idea, that big statement, that big belief moves some other things on more delicate levels that we may have to be careful about. I'm Jeff Jower.
And for Planet Pulse, I'm Rick Levine.